Do you agree that our eyes make us able to see the things present around us? But take a pause and think about, are the eyes only sufficient to see the things present around us? Think about if you are there in a very dark room. Will you able to see the things present around you? Until the room is not illuminated, we are unable to see anything there. It means our eyes are not only sufficient to see or appreciate the beautiful objects of different colors and sizes present around us. This means, in addition to our eyes, we need some illumination or light to see and observe the world around us. So, dear students, we are going to start our next chapter, chapter number 12, named Light and Shadows today. And I can again appreciate the compiling of the chapter. When you are able to produce light energy from the torch with the help of electrical energy, now in this chapter we are going to discuss about how this light is useful in our day-to-day life. Not only the uses, this form of energy, that is light energy from different sources, has a great impact on different objects, not only on the earth, even in the sky. It causes some interesting phenomenon with the help of heavenly bodies like moon and earth. So I'm ready here to deliver first part of this chapter, Light and Shadows, and we will discuss about the importance of light, its sources, and we will also classify the object on the basis of a property, transparency, which we have earlier did in chapter 3 there. How are you all? Good morning, dear students. Ready to learn science with me? Let's go. Let's make a perception about the picture given above. A player is playing a match of lawn tennis. And what he is forming in the back? His shadow. What is the cause of this shadow formation? And is there any role of light to form the shadows? All these questions will be answered in this chapter of ours, and that's why you are put into a situation to think about all these questions to connect with the topic. Today we are going to cover page number 188 and page number 189. First of all, I am taking page number 188. We all know that it is our eyes that enable us to see and appreciate the very beautiful objects of different colors and sizes surrounding us. Let's, however, pause and think whether our eyes alone are sufficient for this purpose. Imagine that we are in a complete dark room. We will find it difficult to see and detect the presence of objects in the room. We are able to do that only when room is illuminated. This means that in addition to our eyes, we need to have illumination or light to see and observe the world around us. And dear students, light required to see the objects may come from different sources. The sources of light which are able to produce their own light, they are known as natural sources of light. For example, sun, stars, firefly, etc. And the sources of light which are made by man are known as man-made or artificial sources of light. And these includes electric bulbs, tube lights, LEDs, CFLs, etc. Now going to read the text regarding this topic. We usually say that light is a form of energy that produces the sensation of sight in our eyes. The sun is the major natural source of light that emits light of its own. Stars are also known to emit light of their own. Sources of light like the sun or the stars which emit light of their own, they are called natural sources. Humans have also been able to design and develop a number of sources of light. Light sources like LED, electric bulbs, tube lights, CFLs, and candles are called the man made or artificial sources of light. These sources help us to see objects or phenomenon inside rooms or at night when there is insufficient or no sunlight. Now let's see what is given at page number 189. And on the top, an interesting do you know is there. The firefly that is called Jugnu emits light of its own. Have you seen during the rainy days? It is a natural source of light. There are some fishes which also emit light of their own. So this is all about do you know. Now we are picking the next topic, that is light and different types of objects. I'm going to show you three objects. This is the transparent glass slab, translucent butter paper, and an opaque wooden board. Are you familiar with these three objects? You can say two are very well known to you, that is transparent glass slab and opaque wooden board. We will add translucent in this topic also. As you know, on the basis of transparency, property of transparency. What is the property of transparency? Whether a particular object is allowing the light to pass through it or not. On the basis of this property, materials can be divided into three categories: transparent, opaque, and translucent. Transparent objects are the objects that allow light to pass through them completely. Glass sheet, pure water, etc. are the good example. Thin plastic sheet are the good example of transparent objects. The objects which do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects, and cardboard piece, wood, metals, etc. are the good example of opaque objects. And the material which allow light to pass through them partially, they are known as translucent objects. Butter paper, tissue paper, oil, etc. are the good example of translucent objects. In this way, and this is always a favorite question of paper setter. Differentiate between transparent, translucent, and opaque objects with one or two examples each. Now we are going to discuss about activity number 1 that is given at page number 189, and this activity will connect us to the next topic of ours, that is shadows. What is the activity here? On the top, the topic of that activity is to demonstrate that light propagates along a straight line path. What is the meaning of that? Meaning is that light always travels in a straight line. If any object comes in the path of light, this light is blocked by the object. And have you ever observed that when any opaque object comes in the path, you can see the shadow of the object just opposite the direction from where the light is coming. Now I'm going to explain what you are asked to do in activity number 1. And you are asked first of all to take two rectangular or square cardboard pieces. By keeping them one above the other with the help of nail, make the hole through these pieces. Now put these pieces vertically on suitable stand and adjust their position so that both the holes of the cardboard pieces are in straight line. And place a lighted candle on the one side of this arrangement. After putting all these in a line, you will be able to see the flame of that candle through these holes if you are watching from the other side. But if you are going to disturb one of the cardboard, you will find that you are unable to see the flame of the lighted candle. And this activity concludes that light always travel in a straight line. It can't change its path. And this habit of light is responsible for causing an interesting fact around us. Again, this habit of propagation of light in a rectilinear path is the cause behind another interesting fact. Eager to know? Let's meet on the other side. Thank you. Have a good day, dear students.